are state champions. They avenged the loss from 2 years ago, and they'll take home a state championship.
Hands it off to Grant Raver, going up the 15, down to the 5. Gets into the end zone for Homestead. 15-yard run for Grant Raver. Gets Homestead on the board.
Trying to get inside, nothing there. Step back, open 3. It's gone! Todd Corey knocks it down. Spartans win! Spartans win!
On your dial at 91.1 FM and online at WCYT.org, it's time for the action of Homestead Spartan Athletics.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Homestead High School for this evening's Summit Athletic Conference matchup featuring the visiting team, the 10-7 Concordia Cadets, who are coached by Phil Brackman, who is in his first season at the school, and the home team, the number 12 ranked team in Class 4A, the 15-2 Homestead Spartans, who were coached by Chris Johnson, who is in his 20th season at Homestead. Hello once again, everyone. I'm Donnie Harmon alongside Matt Salfrank, and we are just about 15 minutes away from tip-off. But for now, let's start with the Casa Ristorante pregame show. And Matt, Wednesday night we saw Homestead defeat Canterbury in blowout fashion, 91-49, in their highest scoring output of the season. What are your thoughts on Homestead's performance in that game?
Well, overall, it's a very, very good performance by the team. Luke Goody and Zach Crew are the team's two leading scorers coming into that one, only combined for 10 points, a little bit surprising, but quite a few other players picked up the load. Trent Loomis scored 17 points, only missed 2 shots, 7-9. Good for 78% from the field. The senior honored on senior night just a few minutes ago. Xavier Overstreet had his best game of the season. He had 14 points, hit 4 3-pointers. Alec Grinsfelder also had 14 points as well. So some of these players that really don't score too much scored quite a bit. Zach Bradmiller also had 9 points, and the team had season highs in quite a bit of categories. In points, they scored 91 points, I believe something like 34 points in the fourth quarter, which is crazy because that's when most of the bench players played. They scored quite a few of those points. The team shot 63% overall, 14 3-pointers made. You mentioned that's a school record. The team shot 70% on 2-point field goals. They barely missed from 2-point range and 3-point range. It was a very good offensive game for this Homestead team. The most assists they've had all season and the second fewest turnovers they've had, only 4. The team is now 7-0 in the non-conference and they held Canterbury to only 4 scores on the game when everyone except for one person on Homestead scored.
And Matt, if Homestead can shoot like they did in that one, they will be very tough to stop as they hit a school record, or tied the school record actually, for 14 threes in that performance.
Well, the team's leading 3-point shooter did not hit a 3-pointer, and Luke Goody went 0 of 3 beyond the arc. He's one of the best 3-point shooters in Homestead in the past few years. Homestead had a very good shooting performance from beyond the arc, as you mentioned. You really can't expect that a lot. That's why it's a school record. 14 made 3-pointers is very impressive. And I mentioned earlier the two leading scorers, Luke Goody and Zach Kruger, only combined for 10 points. They usually average well above 30 points per game. A lot of other players stepped up. The bench players had a very, very large role in scoring. They hit quite a few 3-pointers of their own. Some of the players that barely played, they've played in less than 5 games this season, really contributed quite a bit for this Homestead team on offense to put up 91 points. That's very impressive. In Canterbury, they scored, 48 or 49 points. That's not too bad, but this Homestead's offense was very, very good in that one, scoring 9 points below 100. Very impressive. A lot of other players step up for this Homestead team to get the win.
And that's going to take us to our first break of the evening. But when we come back, we will take a look into what we will see from the Concordia Cadets. So stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Homestead Spartan basketball, the Point 91 FM.
Homestead athletic coverage on the Point 91 FM is brought to you by
Arby's at Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef, with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, and chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's at Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Casa Italian Restaurants, family owned and operated since 1977, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road. Featuring the Casa Bro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine-in or carry-out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Find more information at CasaRestaurants.com or by following Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports broadcasts.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Moe's Southwest Grill, located at 6739 West Jefferson Boulevard, next to Dunkin' Donuts Baskin-Robbins. You can contact Moe's by calling 969-MOE's, or for catering, that number is 969-EATS. Moe's specializes in Southwestern foods like burritos, tacos, and nachos with no microwaves or freezers. You can visit Moe's online at moes.com. Thank you, Moe's, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Athletic coverage on our station.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carry out by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.
And now let's head back out to the gymnasium for more Homestead Spartan boys basketball right here on the Point 91 FM.
Welcome back live to Homestead High School for this evening's conference matchup featuring the number 12 ranked Homestead Spartans and the Concordia Cadets. I'm Donnie Harmon alongside Matt Zalfrank, continuing on here in the Casa Restaurante pregame show. And Matt, this Concordia team sits at 10-7 as of right now, already surpassing their win total from a season ago, a season in which they gave Homestead a run for their money before losing to the Spartans 47-41 in their sole matchup last year. What do you expect to see from the Cadets tonight?
I would expect this one to be a little bit similar to the Wayne game earlier on the week, be a little bit closer than that Canterbury game. Homestead just shot lights out. They're never going to hit that many three-pointers again this season. 14, that's very impressive. They're hitting on all cylinders. I expect this one to be a little bit more low-scoring than that one, probably in the high 40s, low 50s or so. And like I said, you can expect Homestead to shoot as well as they did against Canterbury. And junior guard Braden Pearson, I expect him to carry the load quite a bit for this Concordia team. He's starting the shooting guard. Another player, Jaden Dance, the senior point guard, and Alec Bardowick, the senior point guard as well. This Concordia team has quite a bit of experience. They don't have any sophomores or freshmen, all juniors and seniors on this roster. You mentioned they're 10-7. This is head coach Phil Brackman's first year at Concordia. He's done pretty well. You mentioned last year they went 8-17, so quite a turnaround already. The season isn't quite over yet. There's still a little bit of time left to go, but Coach Phil Brackman is really doing a good job with this Concordia program.
And if the game's anything like last year's game, it's definitely going to be a much slower paced game. Lots of ball movement, probably low scoring. Last year, Concordia slowed the pace of the game down, and it kept them in it against a much better Homestead team. So we'll have to see if they do that tonight. And we're going to take another break, but when we come back, you'll get the chance to hear my sit-down with Homestead head coach Chris Johnson. So stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Homestead Spartan basketball, the Point 91 FM.
Homestead athletic coverage on the Point 91 FM is brought to you by
Marco's Pizza, located at 1345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carry out by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
Welcome back to the Casa Restaurante pregame show. I'm now joined by Homestead Spartan head basketball coach Chris Johnson. Coach, we saw your team in action this Wednesday game in which you defeated Canterbury 91-49 on the road. What are your thoughts on your team's performance in that game?
Shot the ball extremely well. I think we were 14 of 29 from the three. I mean, that's our identity. I mean, we're going to shoot the three. We want to look to get inside out, but, I think all of our guys, when they get hot, are dangerous from the outside. So, I mean, that's what we want to continue to do, try to push the ball. If we can get easy buckets, take it. But, I was very pleased the way we played the other night as far as, the way we shot the ball, and hopefully we can continue that streak.
And in that game, you scored a season-high 91 points. Was that a result of something you did differently on the offensive end or simply a product of just hitting shots?
Well, I mean, it comes down to that, is hitting shots. And, I've said all along that I think that we're a very good shooting ball club. We just can't take contested shots. We need to continue to move that basketball around until we find that open look. And then, I think all of our guys understand when they're open, we want them to take that shot.
Coach Chris Johnson joins me here in the pregame show. In a game with that much scoring on your end, you would expect big performances from your top two scorers, Luke Goody and Zach Kruger, but that was not the case as they combined for 10 points. What does that say about your offense that you're able to have down games from your top two players and still have that type of offensive output?
Well, I know that they were trying to triangle, or they did triangle into us, we went over it at the beginning of the year. I think our kids didn't really know what we were looking for that first half. Probably should have called a timeout and diagrammed with what we wanted. But we did make the adjustments in the second half to where then we came out on a 19-0 run. I think our kids felt a little bit more comfortable with what we were doing and what we were countering with in that second half. So, overall, it just comes to show you we're not a two-man team where, I think a lot of people want to key on, and they should. I mean, Goody and Kruger, very good ball players, but we have kids that can also step up and hit shots, and they know how to play the basketball game also.
And tonight isn't the last home game of the year, but it is the final Friday night home game, and thus it is senior night, where you get to honor your 4 seniors in this class. Can you just talk about this class and what they meant for the success of this program the last 4 years?
Just great young men, on and off the court, fun to be around. All of them help out with my youth league, whether that be in the winter or the summertime. Just great kids, and just proud that they were part of it. Wish them nothing but the very best, like I do anybody that, comes through here. And, we're very fortunate, from a coaching standpoint, from a teaching standpoint, what type of kids we have and the families we have out here at Homestead High School.
Once again, I'm joined by Coach Chris Johnson here in the pregame show. And looking at the game tonight, you have a conference matchup with Concordia. What do you know about this year's Cadets squad?
Well, I know they're dangerous. They're 10-7, beating very good ball clubs. Carroll early on, Dwanger early on. Dwanger's a team that we, got bit by at the beginning of the year. But if you, come out lightly, and again, with any team in the SAC especially, if you come out lightly in it with any team, they could come and get you. But we're going to have to be prepared to play. Hopefully our kids are that, and we'll see what we can do tonight.
Finally, Coach, can we get a few keys to a Homestead Spartan victory tonight?
Well, continue to take care of that basketball. I think that the comparison is with Northrop. I think we had 14 or 15 turnovers that led to direct line layups that, came back to haunt us a little bit with that loss. The last 2 games in against Wayne and against Canterbury, we took care of the basketball. We got ourselves open looks. So offensively, we're fine. Defensively, we're playing extremely well. I mean, we're holding teams down. Right now, I was just looking at the record board earlier this week, and I think the record was back in 1980-something, where 46 points a game for the season. We're at about 43, 44. So hopefully we can continue that and continue to hold teams down low defensively, keep them out of the lane. We see what happens.
All right, Coach, thanks and good luck this evening. We'll be back with more of the Casa Restaurante pregame show leading up to tip-off of tonight's game. It's Homestead and Concordia right here on your Spartan Sports Source, the Point 91 FM.
Arby's at Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zestos. Arby's is more than roast beef with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's at Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
And now, let's head back out to the gymnasium for more Homestead Spartan boys basketball, right here on the Point 91 FM.
Welcome back to Homestead High School as we get ready for this SAC showdown between Homestead and Concordia. I'm Donnie Harmon along with Matt Salfrank, and we continue on here in the Casa Restaurante pregame show. Let's get into some starting lineups here for the home team, the Homestead Spartans. It's senior night, and they'll have 2 seniors starting night. In the backcourt will be junior guard Zach Kruger, averaging close to 15 a game, along with the senior guard Zach Bratmiller. And sophomore guard Luke Goody leads the team in scoring and rebounds. In the front court will be the 6'4" senior forward, Trenton Loomis, averages third on the most on the team, over 7 a game. And then down low, the 6'4" junior forward, Alec Rinsfelder. And then for the Concordia Cadets, it'll be a 4-guard lineup for them. 3 of those guards are seniors. Senior point guard Jaden Dance, senior shooting guard Adam Gottschalk, and then senior point guard Alec Bardowick. And then also in the backcourt will be junior shooting guard Braden Pearson, and down low, senior Will Kameyer.
Well, this Concordia team, they definitely have quite a few weapons on the outside, and as well as down low. I mentioned this is a very experienced Concordia team. They're much improved from last year. They only had 8 wins all of last year in 25 games. They're already at 10 wins through 17 games this year. So a lot of improvement over first-year head coach Phil Brackman. This team is all made up of juniors and seniors. It should be a pretty good one between Homestead and Concordia tonight. 2 of the teams towards the top of the standings in the Summit Athletic Conference.
And then looking around the area for some games tonight and tomorrow, there's some really good matchups. Primarily tonight, Carroll at Northrop, and if Homestead wants to stay alive in the conference title picture, they're going to have Carroll win that one. Also playing in action tonight, we have Bishop Dwenger traveling to take on a struggling Northside team. Bishop Lures at Snyder, and Wayne at Southside, which should be a close one. Then tomorrow, Angola travels to take on the very Concordia team we're seeing Homestead play tonight. A really interesting matchup. Carmel, the second-rate team in the state, travels to take on Carroll. Carmel, a state title contender this year. Northrop travels to Belmont. Southside plays a Huntington North team, a sectional matchup there. And then Wayne plays at Noblesville, so another unique matchup you don't see too often. Matt, which one of these games are really interesting to you?
Well, the one tonight is obviously the Carroll at Northrop game. That is huge conference implications. Carroll 6-1 in the SAC. Northrop 7-0. So if Homestead wants any chance, they have to have Northrop lose both of their games. Obviously, Carroll would beat Northrop tonight, and then Homestead, they would have to beat Carroll next week as well. They would all finish with 7-2, beating each other once and losing to each other once. So that should be very interesting to see how that plays out. We'll try to provide some score updates with you. That Wayne at Southside game, that could be very interesting. Wayne 3-4 in the conference, Southside 4-3. So these two teams are pretty evenly matched up. We saw Wayne really press Homestead late in the fourth quarter of this. Earlier on in this week, that was a close one, single-digit win by Homestead. So that Wayne team, even though they are 3-4 in the conference, they're much better than their record. And moving on to tomorrow, the main game, Carmel at Carroll, that one should be very interesting. You mentioned Carmel, the second-ranked team in the state. I believe they have 1 loss, but it was only by a possession or 2. They're very, very good this year. It should be interesting to see how good Carroll is when they match up against one of the best teams in the state near the Indianapolis area. And at Southside at Huntington North one, that could be interesting too. Huntington North, they lost to Homestead by 5 points in the season opener, but that one could be pretty good as well.
We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem, but when we come back, we'll continue on with a pregame show as well as get started with this one. So stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Homestead Spartan basketball, the Point 91 FM.
Homestead athletic coverage on the Point 91 FM is brought to you by
Arby's at Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef, with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, and chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's at Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Casa Italian Restaurants, family owned and operated since 1977, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road. Featuring the Casa Burro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine-in or carry-out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Find more information at CasaRestaurants.com or by following Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports Broadcasts.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Moe's Southwest Grill, located at 6739 West Jefferson Boulevard, next to Dunkin' Donuts Baskin-Robbins. You can contact Moe's by calling 969-MOE's, or for catering, that number is 969-EATS. Moe's specializes in Southwestern foods like burritos, tacos, and nachos with no microwaves or freezers. You can visit Moe's online at Moe's.com. Thank you, Moe's, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead athletic coverage on our station.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carry out by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.
And now let's head back out to the gymnasium for more Homestead Spartan boys basketball right here on the Point 91 FM.
Welcome back to Homestead High School for tonight's SAC Conference Clash featuring the Homestead Spartans and Concordia Cadets. I'm Donnie Harmon alongside Matt Salfrank, continuing on here in the Casa Sorante pregame show. Matt, really quickly, before we get started with this game, what are your keys to the game?
Well, for Homestead and what they've done well in the previous two games is we could take care of the ball, make Concordia play catch-up on offense. Homestead, they scored 91 points on Wednesday night against a decent Canterbury team. They didn't have the greatest record, but they were a pretty decent team. And for Concordia, you got to limit Goody and Kruger and hope Homestead doesn't go off from beyond the arc. I really don't think they're going to have a repeat performance of making that many three-pointers, 14 as they did against Canterbury earlier on in the week. So for Concordia, you just got to try to shut down Homestead on defense.
It's sure to be an interesting one tonight. Who are some players you have your eye on in this one?
Well, for Homestead, it's going to be interesting to see how Zach Kruger and Luke Goody respond to their very, very poor performance. I believe they only combined for 10 points. Luke Goody had 6 points on 3 of 8 shooting, and Zach Kruger 4 points. He only took 3 shots. He made 2 of them, so I'm not sure if that was the game plan going in because they didn't score a whole ton of points. Maybe the coaches knew they didn't really need it to beat that Canterbury team, but those are some players to watch out for Homestead as well. With Alec Grinsfelder, he had a very, very good game. A new season high is now 14 when he scored that against Canterbury. And for Concordia, it's got to be Jaden Dance, Adam Gottschalk, some of the senior players on this team listed at the guards position. It's going to be interesting to see how they match up against these very good Homestead defensive guards in Zach Kruger and Zach Bradmiller.
We're set for tip-off here. It'll be Alec Grinsfelder and Braden Pearson to tip. Homestead sits at 15-2, 5-2 in the SAC. Concordia 10-7, 4-3 in the SAC. Vastly improved from last year. Set to be an interesting matchup tonight. It was a close one a year ago. Referee gets set for tip-off here at Homestead High School. The tip is up and controlled by Homestead. Zach Kruger has it, and he'll take it up the court here as he crosses the timeline left side. Dribbles around up top and hands it off to Bradmiller. He has it between the circles, passes over to Grinsfelder, top of the key. Over to Kruger, left elbow. He drives to the hoop, picks up his dribble and kicks out to Bradmiller. Over to Loomis up top, pulls up from the mid-range. No good. Rebounded by Concordia. That's Pearson. He takes it up across half court here with 7:34 left in this scoreless ball game. Bardowick with it on the right wing. Over to Kameyer up top. Gottschalk now has it left side, guarded by Goody. Cross-court pass over to Pearson, right wing. Thinks about it. Dribbles to the right elbow, steps back, picks up his dribble, and passes into the post for Kameyer. His shot swatted away by Alec Grinsfelder, and Homestead has it. It's Bradmiller. Across to Kruger, he has on the left wing now. Goody has it right corner. He hands it off to Bradmiller. Feeds the post to Grinsfelder. He has it right block. Goes to town down low and loses the ball on the way up. Gets it knocked out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Concordia, so it'll stay with Homestead here. 6:57 left here in the first, 0-0. Bradmiller to inbound. He gets into Goody right side. Drives into the lane, kicks out to Loomis left wing. He takes it to the rim, picks up a dribble and pass out beyond the arc to Goody. Over to Kruger. Bradmiller now with the right wing. Back to Kruger. Over to Loomis left side. Feeds it to Goody. He has it left mid-range. Across court pass to Kruger right corner. He dribbles in. Passes to Grinsfelder right baseline. His deep 2 is up and in. Alec Grinsfelder hits the deep 2, and Homestead has the 2-0 lead with 6:33 left here in the first. Dance crosses half court for Concordia, running the point here. Pearson now has it right side. Bardowick now between the circles. Looks to feed it into Gottschalk. Instead will pass it over to Dance left side. Guarded by Kruger, gets a screen from Kameyer, takes it top of the key, passes over to Bardowick. He has a right wing now. Hands it off to Pearson, right side. He takes a three. No good, and Kruger has the rebound for Homestead. Kruger pushes it across half court, pass over to Loomis, left wing, left corner. Now Brett Miller back to Loomis. Over to Kruger between the circles, back to Loomis, left wing. He'll take a three and nail it. Trent Loomis with the three, and Homestead leads 5-0 with 5:54 left here in the first. Dance running the point here for the Cadets. Passes over to Bardowick, left side, back to Pearson now. He drives in on Brett Miller, spins around. His mid-range floater from the lane up, no good. And Goody has the rebound for Homestead. They have it, 5:38 left, up 5. Goody's pass, other end, stolen by Concordia. Other end, Dance, a layup. He takes it to the rim and gets taken away by Grinsfelder, but he's fouled. Jaden Dance will head to the free throw line for a pair here as he looks to get Concordia onto the board. Down 5-0, 5.5 left here in the first.
Good start for this Homestead offense. Trent Loomis knocking down a three-pointer. Now Grinsfelder knocking down a very deep two-pointer where we don't really see him shoot from that far beyond the basket.
Alec Grinsfelder playing some good basketball as of late. And it's Alec Grinsfelder's first foul of the game, so Homestead doesn't want to get him in foul trouble. Jaden Dance with 2 free throws coming for the Cadets, looking to get them their first points. As he does, as he knocks down the first. Couple of substitutions in for Concordia. Star receiver on the football team, Kamari Anderson-Drew, checks in along with Jaron Kindig. Bardowick and Kameyer now out of the game. A second free throw coming here for Jaden Dance. Knocked down the first, 5.5 left here in the first quarter. So some early substitutions from the Cadets. Dance's second free throw is up and in. 5-2 Homestead, 5.5 left here in the first. It's their ball now. Kruger running the point for the Spartans. He crosses the timeline at the logo. With it between the circles now, passes over to Grinsfelder right side. Goody now with it left side. Guarded by Dance. He passes over to Kruger. Right corner now, Loomis back to Kruger, over to Brett Miller left side. Goody with it left wing into the post. Loomis, he lays it in. An alley-oop layup. And Homestead leads 7-2, 5:08 left in the first. Dance crosses half court now, passes over to Kindig. Drew with it now right side. He dribbles up top. His pass over to Pearson, stolen by Brett Miller, and Homestead has it. 4:54 left in the first. Kruger with it on the left wing now. Drives in. Picks up his dribble, passes out to Goody now. Homestead up 7-2 with 4:45 left in the first. Goody with it left wing, passes over to Grinsfelder. Kruger now with it right side. He dribbles around to the left side now, takes it into the left elbow, hands it off to Brett Miller beyond the perimeter. Goody with the right wing. He steps into a three and drills it. Luke Goody with a shot, and Homestead's up 10-2 with 4:28 left in the first. Dance now with it. He takes it in on Loomis. His shot off the glass. No good, but a foul will go against Homestead here. This one called against Trent Loomis, his first. So Homestead with a hot start right now, 10-2, and we see this a lot on their home court.
For sure, they tend to play better at home than they do on the road.
So Jaden Dance making his second trip to the line, knocked down the first two in his first trip. He hits the first one, so it's 10-3 Homestead, 4:23 left to go here in the first. Jaden Dance, the senior point guard, looking to lead Concordia to an upset win in this one. They're going to have to start hitting some shots from the field first. His second free throw up and in as well. 4 for 4 at the line in this one. It'll be Homestead ball up 10-4, 4:22 left to go here in the opening quarter of play. Kruger takes up the court for the Spartans, has it between the circles now. Dribbles to the right wing, passes over to Loomis right side. Over to Grinsfelder left wing now. Goody gets a screen from Grinsfelder, passes it back to him down low. He gets it stripped on the way up, but Gottschalk was out of bounds, so it'll stay with Homestead. 4:06 left here in the first. It'll be their ball underneath their own basket. Brett Miller to inbound. Homestead up 10-4 with 4:06 left. Passes into Goody left corner. His three up, no good. Rebounded by Anderson-Drew. And Concordia has it, other end. Drew passes over to Kindig, right wing. He takes a three. Too strong. Goody has the rebound for Homestead. It'll be their ball with 3:50 left in the first, up 10-4. Kruger now has it left elbow. Picks up his dribble and passes to Grinsfelder left side. Loomis with it, top of the key now. He drives in, passes out to Kruger to the right elbow. Picks up his dribble, finds Grinsfelder underneath the bucket. His layup, up and in and one. Alec Grinsfelder finishes through the contact, and he'll head to the line for a free throw here is close to 80% on the year. 12-4 Homestead, 3:39 left in the first. Homestead getting some good contributions from Alec Grinsfelder and Trent Loomis early, as they both have 5 apiece, as Grinsfelder's free throw is good. 13-4 Homestead, 3:38 left here in the first. Dance crosses half court here, guarded by Kruger. Gets a screen from Gottschalk. Dribbling around up top now, 3:25 left here in the first. Concordia looking to get their first shot from the field. Gottschalk has it left side, guarded by Goody. Back to Dance, he has it at the logo now. Drew with it right wing. Over to Kindig between the circles now. Gottschalk has it left wing. Dribbles into the left corner, crosses over on Goody, drives him to the paint. His pass, an errant one. They'll say deflected by Homestead. Out of bounds, so stay with Concordia. 3:06 left here in the first. Drew to inbound for the Cadets. Looking to get back in this one. Dance with it here for Concordia. Kindig has it left wing now. Back over to Pearson. To Dance now. He has it right elbow. Steps back out beyond the perimeter and slows things up. Drew has it right wing. Gets a screen from Dance. Dribbles in to the free throw line. Passes it on the way up, and Gottschalk somehow recovers it for Concordia. Tipped out of bounds. They'll say last touch by Goody. So they'll stay with the Cadets here. 2:46 left here in the first. And a timeout called by Concordia. That's their second already in this one. Homestead doing everything right now.
For sure, their defense is really stepping up. Concordia with 4 points, but all of them coming at the line. Jaden Dance is all 4 of those points, by the way, so he's really carrying the offensive load, even though Concordia isn't scoring much. It's 13-4 Homestead leads. Concordia still without a basket about 5 minutes into this opening quarter. Alec Grinsfelder and Trent Loomis playing very, very well for Homestead. They each have 5 points.
And what's Concordia going to have to do right here to get back in it quickly?
Well, Alec Grinsfelder and Trent Loomis each have 1 foul already. Maybe just try to drive inside, draw some more fouls, get Grinsfelder into some foul trouble.
It'll be Concordia ball out of the timeout. 2:46 left in the first. Homestead up 13-4. Gottschalk to inbound. He gets it into Kindig in the backcourt. Crosses the timeline at the Spartan logo. Has it between the circles now. Passes over to Dance left wing. Dribbles in. Pass out to Gottschalk beyond the perimeter. He has it up top now. Pass over to Kindig. He has it right side. Dribbling on the right wing now. Guarded by Bratmiller. Gets it over to Gottschalk. He has it up top. Gottschalk over to Dance, right corner. Dribbles into the right elbow. Kicks out to Kindig. His 3 up top. Up. No good. Grinsfelder with the rebound for Homestead. And now Bratmiller has it. Gives up to Kruger to run the point. 2:14 left here in the first. Homestead up 13-4 early. Loomis with it right side. Gets it over to Bratmiller. Sends it to Kruger into the post. Goody back out to Loomis, right corner. His 3 is up. No good. Pearson with the rebound for Concordia. Actually, it's Dance. He has it now up top. 1:55 left in the first. Gets a screen from Gottschalk. Dribbles into the left elbow to the rim against Kruger. His shot off the glass. No good. Goody with the rebound. Gives up to Kruger. Pushing in transition. Loomis has it right side now. Dribbles to the right corner. Back out to Kruger. Gets a screen from Grinsfelder. He dribbles. Grinsfelder now over to Loomis, left corner, it's Bratmiller. Back to Loomis, he has it left side. Over to Kruger, left corner, thinks about it, dribbles into the mid-range and kicks it back out to Goody. 1:27 left in the first, Homestead up 13-4. Kruger with it at the Spartan logo, guarded by Pearson, dribbles right side, back to the free throw line now, picks up his dribble, and he traveled with it, lost his pivot foot there as he lost balance. So it'll be a turnover for Homestead as Will Smith and Xavier Overstreet, 2 seniors, check into the game for Homestead. Trent Loomis, Alec Grinsfelder head to the bench. 1:16 left here in the first. Homestead up 13-4. Shutting this Cadet offense down right now. Kindig will run the point here for Concordia. He has it across half court now. Gottschalk with it left side. Guarded by Goody. Looks to feed the post instead. Passes over to Kindig right side. It's Pearson, he has it. Dribbles to the free throw line, spins around and kicks it back out to Gottschalk, loses it but recovers it with 54 seconds left. Dance now with it left side. It's Drew in the left corner now. Back out, over to Dance. He swings it to Kindig on the right wing. Dribbles in and steps back out beyond the perimeter. Drew with it left side now, guarded by Smith. Dance has it left corner, gets a screen from Drew, dribbles into the basket, gets it stripped, but a foul will be called on Homestead. This one will be on the floor. It'll be called on Zach Kruger, so his first of the game, the third team foul on Homestead. 37.2 left here in the opening quarter of play. Homestead up 13-4. Dance to inbound underneath his own basket for Concordia. Gets it into Pearson. Dribbles to the right elbow. Pulls up. Gets it blocked by Brett Miller. And Smith has the rebound for Homestead. Gives up to Kruger now. He has it left side. Pushing it. Other end. He drives to the hoop and he'll be fouled on the floor. This one will go against Adam Gottschalk. That'll be his first of the game. 26.7 seconds left. Homestead up 13-4 in this first quarter of play. They'll inbound underneath their own basket. It's Brett Miller to inbound. He gets it in to Smith. He has it left side. Hands it off to Kruger now. Cross-court pass to Overstreet right side. Back to Kruger. 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Kruger holding the ball at midcourt. Homestead holding for the final shot of this opening quarter of play. 10 seconds left now. 7 seconds. Kruger still with it at midcourt. Top of the key now. 5 seconds. He drives in. His mid-range jumper up short. Rebounded by Gottschalk. A full court heave from Gottschalk up. And no good. So at the end of one quarter, Homestead up 13-4. Got off to a hot start. And how about the way their defense is played?
For sure, Concordia only with 4 points in that opening quarter. All of them came from free throws by Jaden Dance. So Concordia still hasn't hit a field goal this game. Yeah, Homestead's offense slowed down a little bit after they started hot the first 4 or 5 minutes, but still a 9-point lead after the first quarter.
Homestead with a 9-point lead. And Concordia, they've done a pretty solid job on defense, but Homestead, this defense is just tough to score on no matter who you are.
For sure, this Homestead defense is, I believe, top 10 or 15 in the state. They really don't let opponents score on them too much. It's very impressive. And actually, I have a score update from the Carroll Northrop game. It's that it hasn't even started yet. This one, the first quarter is already over, and that one hasn't even started yet. I'm not sure how that works, but I guess a JV game went to overtime maybe. I'm not sure.
Not too sure about that. Might have been a long JV game. Could have been an instant classic. You never know. We'll definitely have our eyes on that Carroll Northrop game. Homestead heads back out there for the second quarter of play with Kruger, Overstreet, Brad Miller, Goody, and Smith. Concordia heads out there. Jaden Parnan now checked into the game. He heads in there for Braden Pearson. It'll be Parnan to inbound the ball for the Cadets. 8 minutes on the clock to start this second quarter of play. Homestead up 13-4. Concordia ball to start things. Drew has it on the right wing now. Tries to find Gottschalk up top. Instead will pass it across court to Kindig on the left side. It's Parnan with it on the left wing now. Over to Dance, top of the key. He passes over to Gottschalk right side. Over to Drew. He has it in the right wing. Over to Parnan. Cross-court pass to Dance. He has it left side. Dribbles to the free throw line. Steps back out beyond the arc. His three-pointer up. No good. Goody with the rebound for Homestead. Gets it to Kruger. Pushes it across half court. He has on the left wing now. Gets a screen from Smith. Dribbles in left elbow to Overstreet on the right wing. Back to Kruger now. He'll reset things at the midcourt logo. 7:15 left here in the second. Brad Miller with it right wing. Back over to Kruger now. Actually, Goody hands it off to Kruger. He steps in, has it on the left elbow, spins around, pass out to Smith, right wing. He takes a three and drills it. Will Smith, not known for his three-point shooting, but he knocked it down there. 16-4, Homestead, 6:57 left in the second. Dance passes over to Parnan now. Drew with it left wing for Concordia. Hands it off to Dance. He'll dribble around between the circles now. And pass to Drew in the left corner. Thinks about a three. Instead, passes to Gottschalk left side. Guarded by Goody. Crosses over. He has on the left elbow. Picks up his dribble. He's trying to find someone. Gets it over to Kindig. Homestead locking up Concordia right now as Kindig drives in. His floater blocked by Overstreet. Homestead has it. It's Overstreet pushing it across half court with it right side. 6:25 left in the second. Homestead up 16-4. Kruger has it top of the key. Dribbles in. Steps back. His mid-range jumper up. In and out. Gottschalk with the rebound and Concordia has it. He pushes it across half court now, other end. His wild floater up and in. Adam Gottschalk with the first field goal for Concordia this game. 16-6, Homestead, 6:04 left in the second. Kruger with it for the Spartans. He dribbles to the left elbow. Brad Miller now with it left corner. Gets a screen from Smith. Passes over to Overstreet, right side. Now it's Kruger. Dribbles in on Parnan. His layup up, no good. Parnan with the rebound for Concordia, pushing it other end. It's Dance left side. A hop step into the lane. His floater up and out. Homestead with the rebound. Kruger has it right side. Right wing now. He drives into the hoop. Gets it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Homestead as Trent Loomis and Alec Rinsfelder check back into the game. Will Smith and Zach Bratmiller head out. Will Kameyer and Braden Pearson back into the game for Concordia. As Kamari Anderson-Drew and Jaden Dance check out. Homestead ball here, 5:35 left here in the second, up 10. Goody with it left side now. Loomis in it with it left corner, and he traveled with it. Shuffled his feet before he dribbled as Alec Bardowick heads into the game for Concordia. Jaron Kindig heads to the bench. 5:32 left here in the second. Homestead up 16-6. Concordia ball here. It'll be Bardowick to take it up the court. Passes over to Gottschalk, left corner. He takes a three. No good. Grinsfelder with the rebound for Homestead. Gives up to Kruger. Looks to push it other end. He has it on the left wing. Gets a screen from Grinsfelder. Gives it to Goody, top of the key. Dribbles in. Gets it stripped on the way up, but he's fouled on the shot. So 2 free throws coming here for Luke Goody. A 73% free throw shooter on the year. A bit of a dip from the season prior. We haven't seen him shoot too many free throws lately, so we'll see how he looks here. 5:10 left in the second. Homestead up 16-6.
Goody with 3 points already in this one.
Goody's first free throw is up and in. 4 points for Luke Goody. It's 17-6 Homestead. 5:10 left here in the second quarter of play. Second free throw for Goody. Rims around and doesn't fall. Concordia ball here as Gottschalk grabbed the rebound. Gives up to Pearson to run the point here. He has it between the circles, guarded by Overstreet. Parnan with it right side. Gets it over to Gottschalk, top of the key. Back to Parnan on the right side. Gets a screen from Gottschalk. Dribbles in right elbow. Into the lane and up and under. A wild shot off the glass. Too strong. Goody with the rebound for Homestead. Goody passes to Kruger, left wing. He steps into a three. No good. Overstreet with the offensive rebound. Gets it knocked away. Gets it to Loomis, left corner. Into Kruger in the paint. Over to Overstreet, right wing. Pump fakes, dribbles in. A wild up and under shot. No good. Grinsfelder's offensive rebound. Put back off the glass is in. Alec Grinsfelder gives Homestead the 19-6 lead. 4:27 left here in the second. Concordia with just 6 points almost halfway through the second. It's Bardowick with it right side, passes over to Pearson at the free throw line. His mid-range jumper is up, rims around, doesn't fall, and Kruger has the rebound for Homestead. Pushes it across half court now, he has it left wing. Gives up to Goody, top of the key, he dribbles into the right elbow, dumps it off to Grinsfelder, and a blocking foul, I believe, will be called on Concordia. This one will go against, I think, Alec Bardowick. So that'll be his first of the game. Actually, Will Kameyer, they'll call it on. So it'll be Homestead ball underneath their own basket. 4:06 left here in the second. Overstreet to inbound. Gets it into Goody. Right side into the post. Grinsfelder is shot off the glass. No good. Kameyer with the rebound for Concordia. Parnan with it left side. 3:55 left in the second. Bardowick with it between the circles. Dribbles around to the right wing. To Kameyer up top. Over to Parnan on the left wing. Homestead up 19-6, 3:45 left here in the second. Gottschalk with it up top. Gets it over to Bardowick. To Pearson, top of the key. Guarded by Overstreet. Dribbles in left elbow. Kicks it out to Kameyer. He has it left wing. To Gottschalk now left side. He passes to Bardowick. To Parnan. He has it right corner over to Bardowick. Parnan has it up top now. Over to Gottschalk, top of the key. Homestead locking him down. 3:25 left in the second. Kameyer with it left wing. He gets it to Pearson up top. Over to Gottschalk, right wing is shot up. No good. Rebounded by Homestead. It's Kruger, 3:15 left in the second. Homestead 19-6. Loomis with it left wing. Gets it over to Goody. He takes a three. That's too strong. Bardowick with the rebound for Concordia. Loses the ball, and Gottschalk recovers it. Bardowick with it now, pushes it. Other end is Pearson, right corner. To Parnan. A cross-court pass over to Bardowick, left corner. His three is up and in. Alec Bardowick with just the second field goal of the game for Concordia. It's 19-9 Homestead. 2:50 left here in the second. Bit of a low-scoring game for Homestead as well, just 19 points to this point. Kruger gets a screen from Grinsfelder up top, dribbles to the right elbow, hands off to Goody on the right wing. He dribbles around to the left elbow, passes over to Overstreet. He steps into a three and drills it. Xavier Overstreet cans the three, and Homestead leads 22-9, 2:25 left here in the second. Bardowick with it right side. Passes over to Pearson in the right corner. Spins around on Loomis. His mid-range jumper is up, deflected by Grinsfelder. Kameyer with the offensive rebound. Bardowick has it beyond the perimeter now. Hands it off to Pearson. He dribbles in on Loomis. A spinning shot off the glass. Rims around and doesn't fall. Goody with the rebound for Homestead. Gives up to Overstreet now. Crosses the timeline. Hands it off. Keeps himself. Thinks about a three. Instead gets it to Grinsfelder on the right baseline. Out to Loomis. Top of the key. His three-pointer up. In and out. Bardowick with the rebound for Concordia. Minute 50 left here in the second. Bardowick with it. Top of the key. Passes to Gottschalk. Left wing. His three-pointer up and in. Adam Gottschalk with the three. It's 22-12. Homestead. A minute 40 left here in the second. Kruger running the point here for the Spartans. He has it between the circles now. Gets a screen from Grinsfelder. Passing into Grinsfelder, left block. His shot off the glass, up and in. Alec Grinsfelder finishes through contact. 24-12. Homestead, a minute 25 left in the second. Bardowick with it now. Gets it over to Parnan. He pump fakes, dribbles in on Kruger, and steps back out beyond the perimeter. Dribbles around up top to the free throw line. Pump fakes and kicks it out to Pearson on the right wing. Pearson guarded by Overstreet. Passes over to Parnan. To Gottschalk now left side. Pearson with it right wing. He takes a three, too strong. Bounces out. A weird deflection. Bardowick has it inside for Concordia. His shot off the glass, no good. Other end is Overstreet on the left wing. Picks up his dribble and passes to Loomis up top. Loomis to Kruger on the right wing. To Overstreet, top of the key. He dribbles in. Gets knocked over, dumps it off to Grinsfelder, who lays it in and one. Alec Grinsfelder has 11 points, and he'll head to the free throw line for another. And Xavier Overstreet drove in, got knocked over a little bit, but was able to somehow pass it off to Alec Grinsfelder, who laid it in. For a second, I thought they might call it on the floor, but they will count it. So Alec Grinsfelder heads to the line here. 26-12 Homestead, 43 seconds left here in the second. Alec Grinsfelder really stepping his play up as of late. He knocks down the free throw, 12 points for the junior in this one. His season high is 14, which came a game ago. Drew has it right side for Concordia. Pearson now with it left wing. Dance right wing. Over to Drew now. Top of the key, thinks about it, instead passes over to Bardowick. His left wing three is up. Short off the front of the rim. Parnan the offensive rebound. Gets it knocked out by Goody. Dance recovered it, but step pass back over the half-court line. So an over and back called on Concordia, but Homestead ball, 24 seconds left in the second. Up 27-12. Homestead with all the momentum right now. Concordia got back in it a little bit, but they've responded with some Alec Grinsfelder shots inside. Concordia doesn't have a ton of size, so they're getting a little mismatch down low. Kruger with it for the Spartans, 12 seconds left, looking to hold for the final shot. He has it, the midcourt logo. Brad Miller with it right ring now, 7 seconds left. Goody with it, top of the key, dribbles around left side. 3 seconds left, he takes a deep three, too strong. And the buzzer will sound, marking the end of the first half. Homestead leading 27-12, and that was an all-around good half of basketball from Homestead on the defensive and offensive ends.
For sure, the offense played pretty well. Alec Grinsfelder playing exceptionally well. 12 points to the team's 27 at halftime. He mentioned his season high is 14 points when he scored that one game ago on the road to Canterbury. Their defense is playing very well. Also, only allowing 12 points to Concordia. They're 10-7 on the season, 4-3 in the SAC, so they definitely know how to win some games. They're not a bad team by any means, but the Homestead defense is playing very, very well in this one.
Homestead playing some great basketball right now. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue on with the halftime show, so stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Homestead Spartan basketball, the Point 91 FM.
Homestead athletic coverage on the Point 91 FM is brought to you by
Arby's at Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef, with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, and chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's at Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Casa Italian Restaurants, family owned and operated since 1977, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road. Featuring the Casa Bro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine-in or carry-out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Find more information at CasaRestaurants.com or by following Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports Broadcasts.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Moe's Southwest Grill, located at 6739 West Jefferson Boulevard, next to Dunkin' Donuts, Baskin-Robbins. You can contact Moe's by calling 969-MOE's, or for catering, that number is 969-EATS. Moe's specializes in Southwestern foods like burritos, tacos, and nachos with no microwaves or freezers. You can visit Moe's online at moes.com. Thank you, Moe's, for supporting the .91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead Athletic coverage on our station.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carry out by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the .91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.
And now let's head back out to the gymnasium from our Homestead Spartan boys basketball right here on the .91 FM.
Welcome back to Homestead High School, tonight's conference matchup featuring the Homestead Spartans and the visiting Concordia Cadets. I'm Donnie Harmon alongside Matt Salfrank. Continuing on here in the halftime show. Right now, Homestead up 27-12 at the half. A dominant defensive performance and a great performance from Alec Grinsfelder on the offensive end with 12 points, and he's playing really good right now.
For sure he is. You mentioned 12 points already in this one. We said before his season high was 14 points, which he scored Wednesday on the road against Canterbury. He only averaged about 5.7 points per game, but he's played well the past month or so of the season. I thought he could become a third scoring option for this Homestead team, but Trent Loomis has stepped up recently, but he's also someone that you can rely on quite a bit. He usually scores right below the basket, but we've seen him hit a few shots from a deep two-point range or so, and he's been playing very well for Homestead. Zach Kruger scoreless in the first half for the Spartans. A little bit surprising to see Trent Loomis, his second leading scorer for Homestead, only has 5. So Alec Grinsfelder really carrying a load for Homestead on the offensive end and defensive end in that first half.
And we've seen throughout time this year, Alec Grinsfelder's best offensive games have come against teams with a little less size. How big is it for Homestead to be able to exploit these smaller teams with him inside? Because when he plays against someone smaller, he often dominates them in the post.
For sure, he's very, very good on guarding much taller players, but when he has players that are about the same size as him or a little bit shorter, he can really dominate. 12 points in that first half. He played very, very well against this Concordia team. Lure is another team he played well against. They didn't have too much size. Canterbury didn't have too much size either, so when he's about the same height as the other player that he's guarding, he's able to dominate on the offensive end.
Now, what adjustments is Concordia going to have to make in the second half if they want to come back in this one? Because right now, just 12 points in that first half, only hit 3 field goals.
Well, they would just have to attack the basket, I think, a little bit more. They've been passing the ball around the perimeter quite a bit, not really driving in, or at least attempting to drive in. It's one thing to drive into the basket and get your shot blocked or just miss the shot straight up, but they're just sometimes not even attacking the basket. Homestead able to force some turnovers, force some double teams, and really just take the ball away from Concordia. They're not being too aggressive on offense, so that's something that you need to do if you're playing Homestead. They only have 12 points right now. Homestead up by 15 at the half. They got to get something started quick in the third quarter if they want to come back in this one.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll continue on with the halftime show as well as get started for the second half of action. So stay tuned. You're listening to the home of Homestead Spartan basketball, the .91 FM.
Homestead athletic coverage on the .91 FM is brought to you by
Arby's at Coventry, located at 5755 Falls Drive across from Zesto's. Arby's is more than roast beef with turkey, ham, brisket, bacon, chicken tenders. Arby's has the meats. Arby's at Coventry is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. all the way to midnight. To find more information, find Arby's on social media and online at arbys.com.
Casa Italian Restaurants, family owned and operated since 1977, with 4 Fort Wayne locations: West Jefferson Boulevard, DuPont Road, Parnell Avenue, and Stellhorn Road, featuring the Casa Bro salad, wood-burning brick oven pizzas, and over 30 pasta selections. Dine in or carry out available, or let Casa cater your next special occasion. Find more information at CasaRestaurants.com or by following Casa on Facebook and Twitter. Casa Italian Restaurants, a proud sponsor of WCYT Sports Broadcasts.
Marco's Pizza, located at 10345 Illinois Road, inside the shops of Scott Road. Marco's specializes in pizza, cheesy bread, subs, salads, and many other menu items. You can place an order for delivery or carry out by calling 625-6800. That number once again is 625-6800. You can also order online at marcos.com. Thank you, Marcos, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
Moe's Southwest Grill, located at 6739 West Jefferson Boulevard next to Dunkin' Donuts Baskin Robbins. You can contact Moe's by dialing 969-MOE's, or for catering, that number is 969-EATS. Moe's specializes in southwestern food like burritos, tacos, and nachos with no microwaves or freezers. You can contact Moe's online at moes.com. Thank you, Moe's, for supporting the Point 91 FM and being a proud sponsor of Homestead High School athletics coverage on our station.
And now, let's head back out to the gymnasium for more Homestead Spartan boys basketball, right here on the Point 91 FM.
Welcome back to Homestead High School for tonight's conference matchup featuring the Homestead Spartans and Concordia Cadets. I'm Donnie Harmon, along with Matt Salfrank, continuing on here in the halftime show. Matt, do you have a score update for us?
Yes, I do for that Carroll and Northrop game. Carroll is currently up by 3 points a few minutes into the second quarter. In that one, it's 12-9, the Chargers lead. And if Northrop wins that one, then Homestead has no chance at winning the conference. At another local game, Snyder up over Lewers, 53-25 at half. Dylan Duff has 28 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 1 charge taken. What a performance by that Snyder team in the first half. They've recently fallen off the past few weeks after being considered one of the top teams in the conference earlier on in the season.
You said Dylan Duff had 28 points at half?
Yes, in the first half, Dylan Duff had 28 points.
That could be a player of the week type performance.
Well, even if he had 1 point, I still think he'd be the player of the week.
We get set for the second half of basketball here. What are going to be some keys for both teams?
Well, for Homestead is continue what you've done in the first half, not really turn the ball over too much, take care of it, get good shots. They've really been controlling the boards very, very well, not letting Concordia get too many rebounds. They've been able to get out in transition, score some baskets, and for Concordia, you've just got to limit Homestead or something. You got to force some turnovers, and that's very hard to do because Homestead doesn't turn the ball over much, but down by 15 points. It's one thing to be down by 15 points, but when you're down by 15 points and you've only scored 12, that's not good. They really need to get something going on offense in this third quarter.
The Homestead ball to start the second half of play. Kruger has it in the backcourt for the Spartans. Up 27-12 to start the second half. He dribbles to the left wing now, looks to feed the post to Grinsfeller. Instead will pass it to Loomis in the left corner. He looks to feed the post as well, but dribbles around to the left wing. Passes to Kruger to Brad Miller, who hands it off to Goody. Back to Brad Miller, right corner. He takes a 3. Too strong. Grinsfeller offensive rebound, gets it to Goody now. He dribbles in. Takes it to Loomis, to Kruger beyond the arc. Out to Grinsfelder, back to Brad Miller. Over to Loomis, right wing. He drives into the hoop and lays it in uncontested. Trenton Loomis with the layup. 29-12, Homestead, 7:25 left in the third. Dance will run the point here for Concordia. Gets a screen up top from Kammeyer. He has it on the right wing now. Passes to Gottschalk. He takes a 3 and nails it. Adam Gottschalk with the 3. He has 8 of Concordia's 15 points. 29-15, Homestead, 7:05 left here in the third. Kruger with it at the Spartan logo now. Guarded by Dance. Dribbles to the left wing, gets a screen from Goody up top. Takes it to the free throw line and pulls up. His jumper up, no good. Grinsfelder tips it out, but Dance has it for Concordia. Pushing it other way. It's Bardowick. Gets it back to Dance. He takes it to the rim and up and under layup. No good. Grinsfelder with the rebound. Gives it to Kruger. He looks to push it now. 6:40 left. Homestead up 29-15. Grinsfelder with it beyond the arc. Gets it over to Brad Miller to Loomis right wing into the post. Goody. He tries to pass it to Brad Miller. It's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Homestead here. 6:32 left in the third. Homestead leading 29-15. Brad Miller to inbound for the Spartans. Gets into Loomis, left corner. Over to Kruger, left wing now. Still scoreless in this one. He has it at the free throw line. Dribbles around, passes it out to Brad Miller, right side. Looks to feed the post to Goody. Picks up his dribble and passes to Kruger at the logo. Grinsfelder now with it left corner. Finds a cutting Brad Miller underneath the basket. Back out to Loomis. He takes it to the rim. And he traveled with it. Stumbled a bit after he picked up his dribble. And it'll go to Concordia here with 6:15 left in the third. Homestead leading this one 29-15. So Concordia looking to come back in this one. Have to have a ways to go. Dance with it now as he takes up the court. Has it between the circles now. Passes over to Bardowick, right wing. Cam Meyer now with it up top. Guarded by Grinsfelder. He passes it over to Dance. The Gottschalk now with it up top. He has 8 points. Finds Pearson at the free throw line. Picks up his dribble at the left elbow. Passes to Cam Meyer at the right elbow. Back out to Pearson beyond the arc to Bardowick, left wing. Dance now has it left side. Finds a cutting Pearson underneath the basket. Gets a shot swatted away out of bounds by Alec Grinsfelder. Grinsfelder playing his best game of the season. 12 points, a number of defensive plays and rebounds. So a great game by Alec Grinsfelder in this one. Homestead up 29-15, 5:40 left in the third. Dance inbounds it to Pearson. Hands it off to Bardowick at the left, at top of the key. Gottschalk drives in, his layup up, no good. Kruger with the rebound for Homestead, 5:30 left. Goody with it left side. Back to Kruger, top of the key. He dribbles into the free throw line, steps back beyond the arc and passes to Brad Miller, left corner. Into the post, Goody dribbles behind the basket. His pass goes around the perimeter to Kruger. Brad Miller now has it left wing. Dribbles around, passes to Goody. He has it, picks up his dribble. Finds Grinsfelder underneath the basket, and he lays it in. Alec Grinsfelder ties the season high at 14. 31-15, Homestead, 5:03 left here in the third. Bardowick with it. He passes it into Pearson. He has it left elbow. His pass out to Bardowick, sails out of bounds. A miscommunication, a turnover for Concordia. As Jaden Parnan checks into the game for Alec Bardowick. 4:56 left in the third. Homestead up 31-15 as Kamari Anderson Drew checks into the game for Will Kmeyer. It'll be Homestead ball with 4:56 left here in the third quarter of play. They lead 31-15. Brad Miller inbounds it to Kruger, who's still scoreless in this one, the team's second leading scorer. He has at the Spartan logo now, passes to Goody on the right side. He only has 4. Cross-court pass to Kruger, left corner now. Looks to feed the post, instead passes to Brad Miller. Over to Loomis, right side. Goody has it in the post now. Picks up his dribble, pass out beyond the arc to Loomis. Kruger now with it left side. Brad Miller has it left wing. Feeds the post to Grinsfelder. He has it left baseline. A cross-court pass to Kruger on the right wing. Passes to Goody. Now Brad Miller has it. Left wing, Grinsfelder, left elbow. Dribbles in, pass out to Brad Miller, left corner, pump fakes, drives into the lane. His layup off the glass, up and in. Zach Brad Miller with his first basket of the game. Homestead leads 33-15. 4:15 left here in the third. Parnan with it between the circles now. He passes over to Pearson on the right wing. Drew with it, top of the key, over to Parnan. He takes a 3 and nails it. Jaden Parnan with the 3. Homestead leads 33-18. 3:58 left here in the third. Kruger take it up the court. He crosses the timeline now with 3:50 left. Homestead up 15. Takes it to the rim. Passes back out to Loomis on the right wing. Brad Miller now with it left side. Goody's mid-range jumper is up, hits the front of the rim, no good. And a foul will be called on Alec Grinsfelder going for the rebound. So Luke Goody, really his third straight off game. Just 4 points in this one. That doesn't matter as Homestead leads 33-18 with 3:41 left to go in the third. Concordia ball here. Dance will run the point as he takes up the court and crosses the timeline. About 3:35 left. Parnan now with it right wing. It's Pearson up top now, guarded by Brad Miller. He steps into a 3. Too strong. Loomis with the rebound for Homestead. 3:25 left in the third. Kruger passes across half court to Grinsfelder. Goody now with it. He drives into the hoop and lays it in. Luke Goody with his second shot from the field in this one. Homestead leads 35-18, 3:10 left in the third. Dance with it between the circles, passes over to Drew on the left wing. Over to Parnan now. To Dance, his mid-range jumper is up, no good. Tipped around, and Loomis corrals it for Homestead. 2:55 left in the third, they lead 35-18. Goody with it right side, a cross-court pass to Brad Miller, left corner. Feeds the post to Grinsfelder. He drives in. His shot is up and in. Alec Grinsfelder with a new season high as he has 16 at 37-18, 18 Homestead. 2:44 left in the third as Phil Brackman calls a timeout to talk things over with his team, and Homestead starting to run away with this one.
For sure, it's crazy to think that Zach Kruger still scoreless in this one. Luke Goody just made that basket earlier on, but he only has 6 points, and they're still up by 19 points right now over Concordia. And Concordia, they were undefeated. I believe they were 3-0 in the SAC. At one point, they've fallen off a little bit, but they're still one of the top teams in the SAC. Very competitive conference this year. But Alec Grinsfelder, new season high, 16 points, passes his previous high, which he got on Wednesday, was 14. He's been making everything right around the basket. Even with tons of contact, he's able to finish right below the rim. He's playing very, very well in this one.
Alec Grinsfelder with 16 points in this one. Surpassed his season high at Canterbury, which was 14, which came on Wednesday night. So Homestead playing a great game so far. Do you have a score summary or update for us, Matt?
Yes, Carroll leads over Northrop 19-15. That one's about late in the second quarter. So Carroll currently with a 5-point lead over Northrop.
So that game, big implications. If Carroll wins that one, they'll be tied at the top with Northrop, but it'll still take a Northrop loss to Dwenger if Homestead wants a chance at winning the conference.
Homestead has to win both no matter what, and Northrop has to lose both no matter what.
So it will be Concordia ball here with 2:44 left in the third right out of the timeout. Homestead leading 37-18. Dan's to run the point here for Concordia. Cade Motter just checked into the game. He has it now, right side. Drew with it, left wing, hands it off to Dance. Dance dribbling on the left side, 2:30 left here in the third. Parnan with it, right wing. It's Gottschalk now with it, top of the key, guarded by Goody. His pass over to Motter. He passes out to Parnan, right corner, he drives in. Pump fakes, gets it knocked away, and Dance gets it back for the Cadets. He has it top of the key now. Smith just checked into the game for Grinsfelder also, and Overstreet in for Loomis. Motter has it up top, passes over to Dance. Dance to Gottschalk now. He passes to Drew. He takes a three, short off the front of the rim. Kruger with the rebound for Homestead. Minute 55 left in the third. They lead 37-18. Kruger with it top of the key. Overstreet with it on the left wing now. Gets a screen from Smith. Picks up his dribble and passes to Kruger, top of the key. Dribbles in, spins around in the paint to Brett Miller, right corner. His three is up, in and out. Dance with the rebound for Concordia. Other end with a minute 35 left. Stumbles a bit as he takes it to the rim. Homestead up 37-18. Minute 30 left here in the third. Concordia ball. Drew with it on the left wing. Dribbles in on Smith. Underneath the basket, a reverse layup up, no good. Ball knocked around. Gottschalk able to recover. He steps in, passes it to Drew underneath his own basket and lays it in. Kamari Drew with the lay-in. 37-20. Homestead, a minute 10 left in the third. Kruger with it, left wing. Passes to Overstreet at the midcourt logo. A cross-court pass to Kruger. Goody now with it, left block. Out to Overstreet, right wing. He takes a three. Short off the front of the rim. Wait, no. It bounces around and falls. Oh, my goodness. What a bounce for Homestead. It's 40-20. 48 seconds left in the third. Drew with it, left wing for Concordia. Cadets looking to come back in this one. Unlikely, however, as they trail by 20. Parnan with it, top of the key, guarded by Kruger. He dribbles in on him, has it right elbow, takes it to the rim, and a foul will be called on Zach Kruger. This one will be on the floor as Trent Loomis set to check back into the game for Homestead. Alec Bardowick comes in for Concordia. Luke Goody takes a seat on the bench. Don't see that very often. And Jaden Parnan heads to the bench for the Cadets. Alec Grinsfelder also checks back into the game for Homestead. Zach Kruger heads to the bench, though. It's very rare we see Zach Kruger and Luke Goody get arrested at all, much less at the same time, but up 40-20. Homestead can afford to do that. It's Concordia ball underneath their own basket, 34.8 left in the third. Motter has it left wing, hands it off to Gottschalk now. He has it now. Behind the back dribble, takes it to the rim, pushes off, and gets the floater, so Gottschalk got away with a bit of a push off there. 40-22 Homestead, 20 seconds left in the third. Overstreet running the point here for Homestead. Across the timeline at the Spartan logo now. Hands it off to Bratmiller, over to Loomis left side, looks to feed the post, instead passes over to Overstreet. He has it, 5 seconds left in the third, gets a screen from Smith behind the back dribble, takes it to the rim and up and under, layup, rims around and doesn't fall. So a nifty move from Xavier Overstreet, but the shot doesn't fall. At the end of 3 quarters, Homestead leads 40-22. And what a game so far from the Spartans.
For sure, Grinsfelder playing very, very well, getting all the rebounds, scoring quite a few points, leads the team in all scores and points right now with 16, a new season high for the junior forward, Luke Goody, Zach Kruger, not playing the best, only 6 combined points to Luke Goody with all 6 of them. It's very rare you mentioned that we see Goody and Kruger go to the bench at all, much less at the same time, and I wouldn't be very surprised at all if we see Homestead go into their other bench players that played a lot of the Canterbury game when they scored quite a few points, and actually have a score update at the half. Carroll leads over Northrop 19-15, so a 4-point lead for Homestead rival Chargers at the half.
That'll be a great matchup. Homestead won the first matchup against Carroll. We saw that last year as well in the SAC Holiday Tournament. Homestead beat Carroll, went on to lose a decisive conference championship deciding game. Homestead's only loss in conference play that year, so always a fun rivalry. Figures to be a great game again this year. Fourth quarter set to start here. Homestead up 40-22. Concordia heads out there with Motter, newly checked in Newhouse, Luke Newhouse, Bardowick, and Anderson, Drew, and Dance. Goody back into the game for Homestead. Bardowick has it right side, passes over to Dance. Left corner now, Drew back to Dance. He has it left side. Over to Bardowick. Kicks it right corner. Motter, he takes a 3 and hits it. Cade Motter with the shot. 40-25 Homestead, 7:37 left here in the fourth. Goody to take it up the court for the Spartans. Gives it up to Overstreet to run the point here. Smith with it left side. Overstreet now with it midcourt. Loomis has it now. Looks to feed the post. He does to Goody. His mid-range jumper is up. No good. Rebounded by Bardowick. Pushes it across half court. Other end. Motter underneath the basket. He stepped out of bounds. So it'll be a turnover here. 7:14 left in the fourth. Homestead up 40-25. Goody, the inbound for the Spartans. They lead by 15, looking to extend that late here down the stretch. Overstreet takes up the court for the Spartans. Cross the timeline on the right side. It's a screen from Grinsfelder. Passes it back to him. He gets fouled here on the perimeter. This one will be charged to Luke Newhouse. His first foul of the game, the team's first. So Concordia just one team foul in the second half. Unfortunately, it's about the only thing that's going right for him. Goody to inbound, he gets it in to Smith, gets it knocked out of bounds by Drew. So dangerous pass there, but Homestead's able to recover the ball. 7:01 left here in the fourth. Homestead up 40-25. They'll inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Smith to inbound it here. He gets it into Goody in the right corner. Drives to the hoop. His shot up. No good. Tipped around. And Motter has it as Cadet ball. Dance with it left wing. He takes it to the rim. A floater up off the front of the rim. No good. Goody with the rebound and a foul going against Luke Newhouse. So 2 quick fouls for Newhouse as Brett Miller and Kruger are set to check into the game for Homestead. Will Smith heads out along with Xavier Overstreet, the 2 seniors on Homestead. 6:48 left in the fourth. Homestead up 40-25. It'll be their ball. Kruger to take it up the court for the Spartans. Still scoreless in this one. Averages over 14.5 per game. So a bit of a surprising down game for Kruger. Goody Elsa with just 6. Loomis has it right side for the Spartans. Pass over to Brett Miller, left side now. He dribbles in, hands it off to Kruger on the left wing. Pulls up at the free throw line, kicks out to Loomis. His 3 is up short. Gets the offensive rebound right corner. His cross-court pass stolen by Dance. Other end is Concordia. 6:20 left here in the fourth. Cadet ball. Drew with it right side, passes over to Bardowick. 6:15 left in the fourth. Homestead up 40-25. And a pass aimed for Dance, sails over his head, out of bounds. So it'll be Homestead ball in here as Gottschalk and Parnan check back into the game for Bardowick and Dance. Homestead up 40-25 here. 6:12 left here in the fourth. It's Spartan ball as they look to extend their lead. Homestead 15-2 overall, 5-2 in the SAC, will advance to 16-2 overall, 6-2 in the SAC with a win. Will keep their chances of a conference title, at least a share of it, alive. Kruger crosses half court. He has it left side now. 6:05 left to go. Looks to feed the post, instead passes to Loomis left corner. He feeds the post to Grinsfelder left baseline. Finds a cutting Brett Miller pass. No good. Stolen by Newhouse. He's fouled by Goody. So a foul on the floor, and it'll be Concordia basketball here with 5:55 left in the fourth. Homestead up 40-25. Concordia looking to somehow make a wild comeback. Got to channel some of that inner Cadet magic if they want to, however. Parnan has it right side for Concordia. Looks to find someone, and he gets it to Gottschalk. Back to Parnan now, guarded by Loomis. He passes over to Newhouse. Newhouse has it right side, 5:35 left in the fourth. Homestead up 40-25. Drew has it, he passes over to Motter. To Gottschalk, he takes a three. That's no good. Grinsfelder with the rebound, and he gives up to Kruger. Homestead looking to attack now. Kruger dribbles into the left elbow, passes over to Brett Miller, right wing. Back to Kruger, Loomis left corner, looks to feed the post to Goody, instead passes over to Kruger left wing. A cross-court pass to Grinsfelder. Brett Miller now with it right wing. Goody has it up top, guarded by Newhouse. Hands it off to Kruger, top of the key. He crosses over, dribbles in to Brett Miller right corner, thinks about it, steps back. Into the post now, it's Grinsfelder out to Loomis, left corner, left. Corner Goody, back to Loomis, he takes a three. Money! Trent Loomis hits it, he's up to 10 on the game. And this play's been getting better almost every game for Homestead. 4:45 left here in the fourth, Homestead at 43-25. Newhouse has it right side. Now it's Motter, he dribbles in, kicks out to Newhouse. Pump fakes, drives baseline, picks up his dribble and kicks it out beyond the arc to Motter. Into the post, Gottschalk gets caught in the air and tries to pass it, stolen by Goody. Homestead ball, 4:28 left in the fourth, up 43-25. Brett Miller left corner, he takes a three and drills it. Zach Bratmiller hits a three, and Homestead extends their lead to 21. Is 46-25, 4:17 left in the fourth. Parnan drives in on Loomis. He'll be fouled on the floor. This one will be called against Trent Loomis. That'll be his second of the game, team's fifth. 4:12 left in the fourth, Homestead at 46-25. It'll be Concordia ball underneath their own basket. Gottschalk inbounds it to Parnan, hands off to Gottschalk right corner. His three is up, no good. Brett Miller the rebound. He's fouled by Parnan. Team's third foul on Concordia. So it'll be Homestead ball. 4:05 left to go here in the final quarter of play here on senior night. Homestead up 46-25. Kruger passes over to Loomis, left wing. Into Grinsfelder, left block. His pass stolen away by Newhouse. Parnan now with the right wing. He steps into a wide open three. That's no good. He missed the wide open shot, and Grinsfelder rebounds it. Homestead on the attack. It's Kruger other end. Dumps it off to Loomis, and he lays it in. An alley-oop layup from Zach Kruger. A beautiful find. And Homestead up 48-25. 3:42 left in the fourth.
Alec Grinsfelder still leads the Spartans with 16 points, but Trent Loomis scoring quite a few baskets here in the second half. He's up to 12 now. Zach Kruger, the only Homestead player that has played that has not scored. And I have another score update for you. Snyder 85, Lures 32, and that one's in the fourth quarter, so Snyder playing a lot better in the past few weeks.
And Lures, when Homestead played them, looked to be a very tough team. Sure, they hadn't won many games where they could put up some points on offense, weren't an easy out, and gave Homestead a run for their money, nearly defeating them. But right now, they've still shown they got a long way to go, as they've gotten blown out in some games, and getting blown out right now by Snyder. Carroll really would be in the driver's seat if they won this one, but how on earth they lose to Concordia?
I'm not sure. That was really early on in the season. Yeah, I'm not really sure this Concordia team is trailing Homestead by, 23 right now, under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and they somehow beat a Carroll team that's up by 4 over Northrop as the second half is just getting started in that one. That one's at Northrop, by the way, where Homestead played them when they lost by 6 in overtime. That was a pretty good game as well, but Carroll leading over Northrop right now.
It will be Concordia ball here with 3:42 left in the fourth, down 48-25. Jaden Parnan dribbles it up the court, looking to channel some Cadet magic. He passes over to Drew on the left wing. And a foul will be called underneath the basket on Homestead. This one going against Luke Goody. That'll be the team's fifth foul of the game, as Evan Minger checks into the game for the Concordia. Adam Gottschalk will head out as Will Smith and Xavier Overstreet head in for Alec Grinsfelder, who checks out with a season-high 16 points. And Luke Goody also takes a seat. So it's all seniors out there for Homestead, except for Zach Kruger. So all the seniors on Homestead out there probably going to finish this game on senior night. Concordia to inbound. Drew with it right elbow. He drives in on Smith, and he'll be fouled by Smith. This one on the floor. 48-25 Homestead, 3:32 left here in the final quarter of play. Homestead with a great defensive performance. Concordia just 25 points. Motter tries to pass it in. Deflected. And Parnan has it on the left wing. Dribbles into the rim. An up and under layup. And one. What a play by Jaden Parnan. And he'll head to the line with a free throw coming. 48-27 Homestead. Still 3:32 left in the fourth. So I guess they don't want this game to end, as that was the longest 0 seconds of my life. Parnan's free throw is good. 48-28 Homestead. Overstreet with it, left side. Kruger with it between the circles. Loomis now with it, right wing. Brett Miller, right corner. Into the post, Smith, and he's fouled by Concordia. This one will be called on Evan Minger. It'll be Homestead ball. 3:21 left to go here in the fourth, leading 48-28. Brett Miller set to pass the ball in. He gets into Overstreet in the right corner. Loomis now with it, left side. Kruger with it on the left wing. He dribbles in to the paint, a mid-range jumper up, rims around, no good. Drew with the rebound for Concordia. 3:10 left in the fourth. He has it left wing. Dribbles in on Loomis. Puts up a wild shot, no good, but he's fouled. This one will be called on Zach Bratmiller. That'll be his second of the game. Amari Anderson Drew, star receiver for Concordia, one of the best receivers in the area this past year in football. 2 free throws coming for him. He knocks that down. 3 points for him on this one. Just 29 on the game total for Concordia. 48-29 Homestead. 3:04 left here in the fourth. Second free throw too strong. Bratmiller with the rebound for the Spartans. Crosses half court now. He has that the Spartan logo. Hands it off to Kruger. Dribbles into the left elbow. Steps back out beyond the arc. Overstreet now with it right side. Looks to pass to Loomis. Instead gets it to Kruger on the left wing. Bratmiller left corner. Back over to Kruger. Smith hands it off to Overstreet right wing. He dribbles into the paint. Gets it knocked away on the way up, and Drew has it for Concordia. Other way, his layup up, no good. Tipped out to Parnan, left wing is wide open. 3 up, too strong. Overstreet the rebound for Homestead. 2.5 left to go in the final quarter. Homestead up by 19. Kruger other end, kicks out to Bratmiller, a wide open 3 up, no good. Newhouse with the rebound. He gives it up to Motter here. Motter with it right side. 2:15 left in the fourth. Homestead up 48-29. Parnan has it. Now it's Newhouse. Over to Motter. To Parnan, a wide open 3 is up. Short off the front of the rim. Loomis the rebound. Homestead's entire bench set to check in. Kruger other end. Dribbles in. His layup off the glass. No good. Loomis's tip in. No good. And Concordia has the ball. Homestead up 48-29. A minute 50 left in the fourth. Newhouse with it right side. Dribbles in on Kruger. Pump fakes. His layup up. No good, but he's fouled. Luke Newhouse heads to the line for a pair as 5 Homestead Spartans set to check in. And they play anything like they did against Canterbury, we're in for a treat.
For sure, the bench players played almost better than the starters did in that second half.
Knocked down quite a few threes, I believe at least 6 from the reserves. Newhouse's first free throw up and in. 48-30 Homestead. As Quinn Harmon, Grant Simmons, Cole Strasburger, Patrick Rodenbush, Andrew Leeper all check into the game. The seniors check out on senior night. A round of applause. They've given Homestead a great year. Luke Newhouse, second free throw coming. This one in and out. Leeper the rebound for Homestead. A minute 40 left here in the fourth. Homestead up 48-30. Harmon with it over to Strasburger, right wing. Kicks it over to Rodenbush. He dribbles around to the top of the key. Hands it off to Harmon on the right wing. He takes a 3. No good. Rebound by Minger. It's Concordia ball. And a whistle blown to stop play. Looks like Jaden Dance is going to check in for a hurt Concordia player. So Luke Newhouse looks like he's heading out as Jaden Dance heads into the game. Minute 25 left here in the fourth. Homestead up 48-30. Schmidt, who just checked into the game, gets it in to Dance. Passes over to Motter. It's Minger now up top. Kmeyer has it on the left wing. Over to Schmidt. He has it right wing. Now right corner. Motter drives in on Simmons. Passes it back out to Kmeyer. Left corner. His three is airballed. And Rodenbush has a rebound for Homestead. Minute 4 left here in the fourth. Homestead up 48-30. Simmons left side. Harmon now with it left corner. Back to Simmons. Rodenbush top of the key. Right wing now Strasburger. He pulls up for a deep two and drills it. Cole Strasburger knocks down the shot. Homestead leads 50-30. 48 seconds left here in the fourth. Left wing, it's Schmidt. Kmeyer now with it left side. Right wing, Motter knocks down the three. A tray ball from Caden Motter. Homestead leads 50-33. 30 seconds left to go here in the final quarter of play. Harmon with the right side. Right wing now Strasburger. Thinks about a three. Said passes to Harmon up top. Simmons now with it right side. Right wing, Strasburger. Back to Simmons. He takes a deep three and drills it. Grant Simmons hits the deep three. 15 seconds left. Homestead up 53-33. Dance with it now for Concordia. 8 seconds left. Maybe just going to run out the clock as he dribbles near midcourt. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. And the buzzer sounds. Homestead with a convincing conference win at home against the Concordia Cadets. 53-33. What a game throughout from Homestead. What a defensive performance. And all around, Homestead played an excellent ball game.
For sure, they played well to start in the first quarter. Concordia didn't hit a single shot from the field, I believe, or they hit one shot. I believe they had 6 points. 4 of those points came on free throws. Homestead's defense played very, very well the entire game, only allowing 33 points. Another game where the team scores below 40 points. Homestead didn't have the best offensive game, only 53 points compared to the 91 that they scored this past Wednesday, but still overall a very, very good game from this Homestead team as they improved to 6-2 in the SAC and 16-2 overall.
And it was a good defensive performance from Concordia, but overall they just couldn't get the job done on the offensive end.
No, I mean, they just didn't really have enough scores. 33 points isn't going to cut it against this really good Homestead defense and Homestead offense. Concordia knew it was going to be a tough game. They fall to 10-8 on the year, 4-4 in the SAC after starting 3-0. So since then, they're 1-4 in the SAC. As one of those wins earlier on in the season came against Carroll, which is very surprising.
And once again, Zach Kruger scoreless in this one. Luke Goody just 6 points, but the rest of the team really stepped up. We saw Alec Grinsfelder score 16 points, Trent Loomis with 12. A lot of contributions from other players. Homestead earlier on in the year really relied on those top 2 guys, but right now, with other players really stepping up, they're a much better team.
It's crazy to say that, but the team actually plays better when Kruger and Goody don't play so well. Only 6 combined points from those two. Goody with all 6. The team just seems to play better when other players get more involved. And you're right, the first half of the season, or basically up until a few games ago, it was basically Luke Goody and Zach Kruger scoring so many points. Goody scored 31 points in a game earlier on in the season. No one else really stepped up too much. It was odd to see a different player other than those two score over 10 points a game, but now it seems like a regular Trent Loomis playing very, very well. Alec Grinsfelder having a really, really good stretch of games. 30 combined points in his past 2 games. He had 16 today. Very good game from him.
A very good game indeed. Do you have a scoring summary for us?
Yes, I do. And to lead Homestead in scoring for the first time, I believe, this season, Alec Grinsfelder had 16 points. Trent Loomis had 12. Xavier Overstreet and Luke Goody each had 6. Zach Bradmiller had 5. Will Smith had 3. Zach Kruger did not score in this one, the junior guard. Grant Simmons had 3 points. Cole Strasburger had 2 points. Moving on to Concordia now. To lead the team in scoring was Adam Gottschalk, who had 8 points. Jaden Parnan and Cade Motter each had 6. Jaden Dance had 4. Alec Bardwick and Kamari Anderson drew the star wide receiver. Each had 3 points, and Luke Newhouse had 1. And I actually have a score update for you. Snyder currently leads over Bishop Lewers 102-42. That one's about to end. That's late in the fourth quarter. And in the Carroll-Northrop game, Carroll up by 4, 34-30. That one midway through the third quarter right now.
And who would you call your most Southwest Grill hungriest player of the game?
Well, it's got to be Alec Grinsfelder. Scored 16 points, 12 of those coming in the first half. He played very, very well on both ends of the ball. Quite a few steals, quite a few rebounds, many offensive and defensive rebounds. Was fighting for every loose ball there was. He's my player of the game.
And we hope that you join us tomorrow at noon as the Homestead Lady Spartans travel to Kokomo to take on the Zionsville Lady Eagles in a regional semifinal matchup. I want to give a quick thanks to some of our sponsors, including Casa Restaurante, Moe's Southwest Grill, Arby's at Coventry, and Marco's Pizza at Illinois and Scott Road. We also want to give a very special thanks to Andy Dunn back in the studio for pushing the right buttons, along with on-site producer Adam Schenkel for taking care of the arena technology. Once again, your final score is Homestead 53, Concordia 33. For Matt Southfrank, I'm Donnie Harmon. Thank you for listening to another presentation of Homestead Spartan Basketball on the Point 91 FM. We will see you tomorrow afternoon as we say goodnight from Homestead High School.